So we were able to generate leads for our SMMA on Facebook for $7 a lead, which is insane. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact ads we used. I'm going to show you the exact targeting we used. I'm going to show you the exact systems and processes we put in to make sure that these sales calls actually turned into closed deals. But before we get into showing the exact ads, I want to explain to you guys why running ads is literally king for growing not only SMMA, but any business in general. So the thing is, every single outreach method is good. You can do cold calling, cold DMing, door knocking, cold email. They all work. But the thing is that if you want to scale to the moon, every big business you see, they run ads, right? I was in a mastermind one time and I spoke with this entrepreneur, and he basically told me that running ads is like steroids for your business, right? It's basically the best, fastest way for you to get people through the door that are interested in your product and ready to buy today. And you really don't even need that much money to get started. You can really just do it with $500 and you can get your first client within the first week, which is insane. So I want to show you guys the 3 pillars you need in running ads to become successful. So the first thing is the offer, of course. Now I know everybody talks about it. They said, oh, the offer is king, da, 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 but that's the point, right? The offer is the most important thing in your business. Now, no matter how good your ad is, if your offer is trash, no one will click, right? Nobody's going to click here. So the best way to figure out what offer will work for you is to understand your target audience and test the market. So if you're working with roofers, for example, you want to make an offer that's so good that they'd be stupid to say no. Now, a lot of offers going out for roofers is basically getting you a certain amount of appointments or jobs in a certain amount of time. Things like that work very well. Now, it does depend on the type of offer you want to do, either your high ticket or low ticket, but either way, you want to make sure you see offers that are working today, tweak them a bit, and make your offer better to completely blow away the competition. So let me show you the different ads and offers that we use to get results for our SMMA, right? So for the first offer we use, and our best one, is basically guaranteeing them 100 qualified leads in 100 days or you don't pay. And we focused on working with contractors. Now, looking at this video, I'll show you what it looks like. It's very, very good, simple, but effective.
You're not short on skill, you're short on leads. You can be the best floor or roofer, kitchen, or bathroom installer, but if no one knows who you are, your phone stays silent. No calls, no cash. What if I told you my team and I will get you 100 qualified leads in 100 days or you don't pay? Just look at our client Ben. We managed to get him a 5-figure flooring job in just 2 weeks of working with us. We fly out to you, we shoot the ads, we run the system. All you have to do is just close the jobs. This isn't a directory or a flyer on a fridge. We bring you real people who need your service now. So if you're serious about growing your business, click the link below and let's get your calendar booked.
Awesome. So you can see here, this is my business partner, Pedro. I love the guy. So you can see here, it's very, very good, and he edited it as well. So it's nothing too complicated, but it's eye-catching, it's effective, it tells you what we offer, and gives you a CTA, very simple. Now, I want to show you the exact structure that we use. So if I go back here, you can see that first, we want to make sure you have the hook. So you want to make sure the number one most important thing with your ad in the first place is that people see it, right? If no one sees your ad, no one cares, right? So you want to make sure it's a scroll stopper that people see it. So you can see our scroll stopper is our boy Pedro walking in a beautiful garden, as you can see here.
You're not short on skill, you're short on leads.
And he basically hit the main pain point that a lot of contractors have. A lot of contractors aren't bad at what they do. They just don't have enough people who know they exist. That's really what it comes down to. So the first thing is getting a great hook. The second thing is having a great offer. Now, the offer that we use, we saw a bunch of offers working in the space and we tried to tweak it a bit to see if it'll work for us, and we basically did, right? So you want to make sure you find an offer that's already working and tweak it a bit. Don't just copy it, but tweak it just a bit so it can work for your business and brand, right? So that was the offer, and then we had the testimonial. So our testimonial was our client Ben, who we helped him get some flooring jobs, and literally with that, that's a great hook, and it shows people that you know what you're doing, right? Now, after that is the benefits. So you want to talk about the benefits of what we do, a little bit more about the actual service. We actually fly out to our clients, so that's the one thing that separates us from the competition. And after that, you can either mention the offer again, that's optional, or you can just go straight to the CTA or call to action. So that's very important. You guys need to make sure you say the call to action. Very important. You need a call to action. I'll say it again. So basically, once we have that structure in, we have to then figure out what type of ad you're going to run. Now, this does depend on your niche. However, there are 2 types of ads you can run. You can either run video ads or picture ads. Now, they both work, but there are pros and cons to both. So usually with picture ads, they're much easier to get meetings and have a much lower cost per lead, right? The reason why that is because when someone sees a picture on Facebook or Instagram, there's not really much they have to watch. Once they see the picture, that's it. They see the picture, they're good, they're ready to go. That's literally it. But the thing is, you usually get a lot of people who are much more intrigued because there's a sense of obscurity in picture ad as opposed to a video ad because they don't really understand everything. So they may click on it to find out more information. Now, the thing is, you do get lower quality sales calls because a lot of people just see it as like, oh, let me just click to see. And then they go sign up and then they just never call you. It happens a lot, I'm telling you. This is why you need to have qualifications in the system. And I'm going to talk about the lead form in a second. But you want to make sure that if you have a picture ad, it mentions your offer quickly and effectively. So you want to make sure it speaks to exactly what you offer and what they want. So you can see here, this is an example of a picture ad I ran for my web design agency. You can see here, it basically says we're looking for 10 med spas and spa owners who want a free website design. That's literally it. Super simple. You want a free website design? Click here. And that one got amazing leads. Like, we were getting leads for like $4. It was crazy, bro. Leads that were super, super low cost. Now, with the video ad, you usually get a higher cost per lead, but the quality of the actual buyer is a lot higher. So you can expect a cost per lead of around $15 to $20 with the video, maybe around $7 or $8. Now, if your offer is good, you can get down to a $7, $8 with a video as well, but it really just depends on the offer and the market and how you structure things. So in my opinion, you should test both. You should test picture ads and video ads. However, make sure that if you don't have the skills to edit video, it's better to hire someone from Fiverr to just do it for you. This picture ad I have here, I just hired someone on Fiverr for it and it did very well. Now for the video ad, my business partner Pedro was really good at creating content, so that's kind of what he did as well. But just make sure it looks really good and it's eye-catching. That's basically what it comes down to. So step 3 is the qualification process. Now, booking a sales call is great, but the main issue is actually getting the person on the call, which is its own battle, honestly. So before they book, we have to make sure they're qualified, and that comes down to the questions we ask in the ad. Now, when running an ad to get SMMA clients, we always run a lead form campaign because that will get us the lowest cost per lead. I know some people create landing pages and set up a pixel in the back end and they do all this fancy stuff, but the thing is, that process is very tedious and you lose a lot of potential clients because you don't capture their information immediately. So when you run a lead form campaign, you capture someone's information before they even get to the next step of the ad. And that's super important because once you capture the information, you can always call them immediately after they sign up. If someone goes to the landing page, they can just click off and do whatever they want and you lose that lead. So in my opinion, you should have a lead form, and at the end of the lead form, you lead them to a landing page. And I'll show you exactly what it looks like right now. So if we go to the lead system that we have here, if I go to the actual ad here, and I'm gonna go click here where it says destination, we're gonna scroll down here, and this is what the ad looks like after they click. So after they click, we say, hey, we know you're both tired of chasing leads. We talk about, do you offer roofing services? Yes or no, we don't, just depends. Next one we do is we say, how much money does your business make every month? So either 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 40, and so on. We ask them for their information. Then they do the privacy policy, and then at the end, we tell them to go book a call with us. And then we link our actual landing page to book a call directly there. So it's super, super simple when we think about it. It's not a hard way or not a hard system. You just have to make sure at the end of the day, the biggest thing is having a great offer and a great ad. Once people see those two things in tandem, you're pretty much golden. Perfect. So once you have the ad, the system, and the qualification process, now all you need to do is implement systems so that you can follow up with your leads and book them on your calendar without having to worry about anything, right? So here's the thing, right? You can hire someone to do that for you off of Upwork. You could hire someone for like $6 an hour, and that does work very well. However, in this day and age of AI, you're really going to want to add AI into your business to lower your cost and to raise your efficiency. So I'm sure everybody knows about Go High Level, and Go High Level, of course, has a system where they have an AI chatbot to talk to potential leads. Now, I'll be honest, Go High Level system isn't that great. It's kind of mediocre. It just sounds like a robot, right? And you don't want it to sound like a robot. You want it to sound very, very natural. So what we use instead is something called a Pointwise, and it's honestly great for follow-up. Let me show what a Pointwise looks like. So basically, this is the point-wise, and this is one of our clients' actual backends. You can see that with these contacts, every single contact that goes through, the actual AI talks to them, has conversations with them, and then once the conversation goes through, it books people on the client's calendar without ever having to do anything, which is awesome. So you can see here, if I go to AI agents, I want to show you what the AI agent looks like. So we have two here. Let's go to a buyer and seller because this is for specifically real estate. Now, if you go to buyer here, we can talk and train the AI. Also, I'm not affiliated with them by any way. They're just really good at what they do. They can just talk to the AI, say whatever you want, have the system ready to go. So it talks about if you're a first-time home buyer, awesome, we're looking to buy, things like that. You can actually go configure it more and have more knowledge. So basically here, this is perfect, and this basically saves you thousands of dollars on an appointment setter with the same results, which is insane nowadays. AI is going crazy. So if you implement this into your own business, your calendar is literally going to blow up like crazy. It's insane. Now, finally, I'm going to talk to you guys about targeting. Now, a lot of people need to realize that Facebook is not like it used to be back in 2017. In 2017, 2016, Facebook wasn't very high tech in finding out information about the buyer. So you usually had to go in and target interests. You had to target different things and do these crazy lookalike audiences, all these things to kind of get a result. You really don't have to do that today. You really don't. Facebook is so smart that you can just pretty much run a pretty much empty system or an empty targeting and just let it run, and it'll work totally fine. So let me show you exactly what that looks like. So for example, for our ads that we ran, we just ran it for all of America. Literally, that's it. If I go here to the ad set, you're gonna look here and see that on the ad set, if I scroll down here, we just targeted all of America. Literally the size is 155 to 183 million. Now here, if I keep scrolling down, literally we have detailed targeting on. So what Facebook does is it just targets and it chooses the exact audience for you. Now if we go here and edit it here, this is where you actually would put the interest targeting, but we just put United States. That's literally it. And if you're in a situation where you're working with a client, all you need to do is choose a 15-mile radius from their shop if they're a local business. Now, if they're an online business, let's say they're a real estate agent, let's say they're like a mortgage loan officer, you can kind of target more broad because they do Zoom calls. But if they're an in-person system, literally just run ads like this. That's all you gotta do. It's so simple, so easy. Facebook is super good nowadays. And if you follow this exact strategy and literally use the same ad that we use, I guarantee that you'll start to get sales calls into your system and business in a very, very short time. Now, if you want one-on-one help from me and my business partner, where we can walk you through step-by-step exactly what you need to do to close your next 2 or 3 SMMA clients on autopilot, then click the first link in the description and book a call with us. We'll basically talk about what you need, give you some value, and help you scale your own SMMA so you can live a life of peace and profit. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm out.